Let's go Dolphins! The kind of decision that could save the franchise has just been made. The locker room is in shock. Fans are divided. Mike McDaniel has officially benched Tua Tagovailoa and named rookie quarterback Quinn Ewers as the starter. Yes, you read that right. The franchise's former face is out, and an inexperienced rookie, drafted in the 7th round, is in his place. This isn't just a lineup change. It's a true revolution at the quarterback position, and I guarantee what's happening behind the scenes is even more insane than you can imagine. With 3 games left in the season, everything is at stake: jobs, futures, and the very identity of the Miami Dolphins. This is the moment the franchise begins a new chapter, or plunges into chaos. But before I reveal everything I've discovered, including the real reason for McDaniel's change, Tua's spontaneous reaction, and how this rookie won the trust of the entire coaching staff, click the like button right now only if you're a true Miami Dolphins fan, with blood in your veins. And tell me in the comments, go Dolphins! My heart bleeds aqua and orange. I want to hear the opinion of true fans. Now, get ready. What I'm about to tell you may forever change your view of this team. Alright, let's get into the heart of it. This move feels seismic. It's not just a change at quarterback, it's a clear shift in philosophy. Mike McDaniel essentially stated, without mincing words, that Tua is no longer the best quarterback on this roster. That's a bold stance for a coach who stood by Tua for years. But now it's all about conviction, decisiveness, and moving forward. McDaniel wants a QB who isn't playing scared. That's a direct shot at Tua's recent performances, which, to be fair, have been anything but inspiring. But here's the kicker. This decision came just 48 hours after Tua's dreadful outing against the Steelers. Are we really to believe that in such a short span, McDaniel's belief in Tua evaporated completely? That's where the drama really starts to heat up. It raises the question, was this a reaction to a single game, or was it the culmination of a pattern that finally forced McDaniel's hand? And let's not forget, this isn't just about who starts, it's about the entire quarterback depth chart. Quinn Ewers is now QB1. Zach Wilson has been promoted to backup. And Tua? He's been relegated to emergency third-string quarterback status. That's not just a benching. That's a demotion with a capital D. Tua won't even be in uniform unless both Ewers and Wilson are knocked out of the game. That level of separation sends a clear message. There is no quarterback controversy. Quinn isn't looking over his shoulder. This is his team now, at least for the moment. And it's exactly what a young quarterback like Quinn Ewers needs. The last thing you want is a rookie feeling like he's on a short leash, glancing over at the sidelines wondering if he's about to get yanked after a bad series. By making Tua inactive, McDaniel is giving Ewers space to breathe, to lead, and to show what he's capable of without the looming shadow of a former starter. Quinn, for his part, seems ready. According to McDaniel, he was very excited for the opportunity and immediately got to work when he was informed of the decision. And we're not just talking about practice, he was in the facility late Tuesday night grinding with coaches. That's the kind of commitment that makes you believe this kid might actually have what it takes. Let's not forget, Ewers was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He was the next big thing at Ohio State before transferring to Texas, where he led them to multiple college football playoff appearances. This isn't some scrub off the practice squad. This is a player with pedigree, with poise, and with a chip on his shoulder. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. The Dolphins are officially out of playoff contention, which means these final 3 games are a clean slate, an open audition, not just for Ewers, but for Mike McDaniel himself. If this experiment fails, if the offense collapses and the team goes 0-3 to finish the season, McDaniel's job could very well be on the line. But if Ewers comes in, shows command of the offense, and maybe even wins 2 or 3 games, you could be looking at the birth of a new era in Miami. And here's something else to think about. This wasn't some ownership-driven move. McDaniel made it clear that Stephen Ross had no influence over the decision. At least, that's the official line. You have to wonder, though, did Ross ever pull McDaniel aside and say, I'm paying this guy $50 million a year and watching him play scared every Sunday? Did he hint that McDaniel's job security was tied to making a change? We may never know, but the timing sure is interesting. And whether or not ownership had a hand in this, the decision is now out in the open, and there's no turning back. As for Tua, he told reporters he was very disappointed but recognized it was out of his control. That's a diplomatic answer, but you can tell the frustration is boiling underneath. He went on to say that he still has a role to play and will do what he can to support the team. That's what a captain should say, but we've seen Tua struggle with public messaging in the past. Will he truly embrace the mentor role for Ewers? Will he put the team above his pride? Time will tell. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room, Tua's physical decline. His arm strength has regressed. His accuracy has dipped. His mobility looks diminished. Some fans have pointed fingers at that hip injury that cost him the end of last season. Tua says that's not to blame, and maybe he's right, but it's impossible not to connect the dots. His decline has been dramatic and undeniable. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers is stepping into this opportunity with fire. He called it a dream come true. He's ready, and he even had a laugh when asked about going up against Joe Burrow, saying it's pretty cool to face off against another Ohio State alum. Whether he knew Burrow actually transferred to LSU is another story, but that quote alone shows the rookie's confidence and charm. Because if this move does backfire, the ripple effects could be massive. We're not just talking about a young quarterback struggling in a couple of meaningless games. This decision might alter the course of the Miami Dolphins franchise for years to come. The stakes are incredibly high, and nobody knows that more than Mike McDaniel. This isn't just a coaching gamble. It's personal. He scouted Quinn Ewers himself. He handpicked him. He believed Ewers fit the system, fit the culture, and fit the identity he's been trying to build in Miami. If Ewers flops, McDaniel's credibility crumbles. But if Ewers shines, if he delivers poise, accuracy, leadership, and just enough spark to keep defenses on their heels, well, now you've got something special to build around. And let's talk about what this means for 2026. Because make no mistake, these final 3 games are an early audition for the starting job next season. If Quinn goes out and looks even like a serviceable NFL starter, let's say he completes 60% of his passes, avoids turnovers, and leads the team to a couple wins, you better believe there will be real conversations in the Dolphins front office about naming him QB1 heading into the offseason. That's how quickly things can change in this league. Tua Tagovailoa, once the unquestioned starter, now finds himself fighting for relevance, not just in Miami, but maybe in the entire NFL. And here's something else worth noting. Ewers isn't stepping into an empty huddle. He's surrounded by legit talent. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. This offense still has weapons. The offensive line has its issues, but with quick decision-making and smart play design, Ewers could absolutely find success, especially against a Bengals defense that has been one of the worst in the NFL statistically. If there was ever a soft landing for a rookie debut, this is it. You couldn't ask for a more favorable matchup to get started. Let's also not ignore the locker room dynamic. Tua is still a captain, and many of the players in that locker room have gone to war with him. Will they rally around the rookie, or will there be quiet resentment that their guy got benched at the end of the year? It's going to test the leadership of this team. It's going to test Tua's character, and it's going to reveal whether this team can unify behind a new leader in the most awkward of circumstances. We saw a glimpse of that leadership already. Ewers wasn't just celebrating his promotion. He was in the facility, grinding, hours after being told he'd start. That kind of dedication is how you win over a locker room. It's how you gain trust. And if Ewers can translate that work ethic into results on the field, you'll start to hear whispers. Maybe this guy is the future. Maybe this kid, this 7th rounder out of Texas, has something Tua lost. Confidence, command, conviction. Now, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. One start does not make a career. One strong performance doesn't erase years of struggles or turn a franchise around overnight. But what it does do is plant a seed. And if that seed takes root, Dolphins fans could look back on this moment, the benching of Tua, the rise of Quinn Ewers, as the turning point in a new era of Miami football. What adds even more intrigue is how similar the Dolphins offense is to the one Ewers ran under Steve Sarkisian at Texas. That familiarity is key. It means a shorter learning curve. It means Ewers doesn't have to relearn everything from scratch. And it means Mike McDaniel can finally open up more of his playbook, confident that his quarterback can execute the reads, timing, and tempo he's designed this offense around. And let's be honest, McDaniel needed this. His play calling had grown stale. The offense had become predictable. Defenses had figured out how to rattle Tua. Now, with a new quarterback, the Dolphins can reintroduce some creativity, some misdirection, some unpredictability. That alone might be enough to get them a win or two in these final 3 games. But again, this is more than just an X's and O's change. This is about accountability. It's about showing the locker room and the fan base that complacency isn't tolerated. If you don't perform, you don't play. It doesn't matter if you're a captain. It doesn't matter if you've been the face of the franchise.